guys, how's it going? So we're going to review a new toy today. The DJI Osmo Mobile 2 has just been delivered. My new toy. Ordered this on Apple back on the 27th of January. Surprisingly, it only arrived yesterday, day before yesterday, which is brilliant because I couldn't wait to get my hands on this and have a bit of a play around. So let's open her up. So, standard box, nothing too special about it. Let's open her up. Standard instructional manuals, quick start guide disclaimers, and also DJI support card. Let's hope I don't need that. As with anything, always have a look at your quick start guide and check out the manual online with anything. So this is the box. Inside the box, get a cool little carry case, DJI on the dot. Just a foam one, pretty sturdy, contoured a little bit, nothing too spectacular. So inside, that's it. Basic, simple. Let's get that out of the way. We'll put that back in later. You get wire charger which uses a normal USB plug to plug into your charger, a wall socket charger or a computer, and uses micro USB to charge the actual device. So this is pretty much it. Let's pull her out. Let's have a look. So it's fairly straightforward in regards to a gimbal. And here you've got your on-off button or your mode button, your record or camera button, and your little joystick, so you can help pan and tilt. On the right you've got your zoom button, wide angle telephoto, wide angle up, telephoto down. So that's what it should look like when your phone's in there. One big thing about this, a couple of big things about this gimbal actually, is that there's no battery, removable battery. So what we're looking at here is a fixed battery inside the actual gimbal. Charges via this little micro USB slot on the side here. Takes about 2 hours to fully charge. Once fully charged, apparently according to DJI, takes about 15 hours to use up the battery, which is actually, if it's true, it's quite fantastic. Also down the bottom, because they have the inbuilt battery, they've now moved the quarter 20 screw from the side to the bottom. So now you can actually see it down there. Great to put on tripods, things like gorilla pods, tripods. Regarding this, how it holds everything, it's now spring-loaded grip. Goes out like that. So what you do, so I'm using the Android, the Samsung S8 Plus, so one of the larger cameras. Basically want to get as far right as possible. Slot your phone in, lift up the top, and just make sure you've got it touching as far as you can on the edge. That's essentially what it looks like with the camera. So what you need to do is, obviously you need to balance it as much as possible, or it will go over the place. There's a couple of steps you need to do. So that little grip that I showed you up there, that whole unit actually moves up and down. So you can shift it down if it's too top heavy, or shift it up if it's too bottom heavy, and that can help you balance your phone. This is set up to use any of the larger phones as well. So anything from like your S8 Plus to the iPhone 7 Plus. So any of the larger phones it's able to take. Also, you need to balance it going horizontal. So there's a little screw here that you unscrew. So what you essentially do is unlock that screw and move the arm left and right to balance it. So you want your phone pretty much sitting, it's not sitting correctly there. You pretty much want it sitting there when you don't touch it, and it's ready to go. The other thing about this phone is a little trick that it does now that apparently the old Osmo Mobile gimbal didn't do. The back here there's a large knob. You turn it to unscrew it, pull it out a little bit, turn it 90 degrees, and now supports portrait mode. So this now supports portrait mode. I haven't set it up for portrait mode, so I'm just going to stabilize it with my thumb just there. So yeah, when you're doing any live feeds for Instagram, Instagram stories, Facebook, Snapchat even, you can, actually I don't think you can do Snapchat, you can certainly do YouTube, you can certainly do Facebook. You can set up in a format that's a lot easier and a lot more comfortable to hold, rather than with the old one was essentially holding it side on. So to get back to your normal landscape mode, again unscrew that back on there and flick it 90 degrees. Essentially will click, so there we go. So that's essentially the unpacking of it. It's fairly straightforward. This is the newest one that's come out from DJI. I believe the only people at the moment who have it are people who bought it from Apple, which I did. I'm not normally an Apple person, but I was not going to miss out on the opportunity to get this as early as I could. So now that I've got it, it's time to have a bit of a play. Let's see what this thing can do. So to turn it on, it's like any other DJI product. Just the mode button down here. Oh, yeah, you back up there. You turn it. You make sure, first of all, make sure this runs off Bluetooth. So make sure that your phone's Bluetooth is up and running. Once you turn on the mobile, once you turn on the Bluetooth and then turn on the gimbal, you'll be able to connect. So just hold the. First of all, if you want to check the battery, just hold click mode once, and you'll get the light up on the top right hand corner of the record button. To turn it on, like any other DJI product, you press once, hold down a second press, and there we are. Alright, so it's just auto calibrating itself. So once you've done that, let's have a bit of a play around with the DJI app. So what you need to do is, once you turn on your Bluetooth first, then turn on your gimbal. As we said before, basic turn on system, switch on system for any DJI product is hold down the on button, or press the on button, then hold it down for a second till the 3 lights flash on the battery bar, and you're right to go. So let's open up the DJI app. Now, just to let you know, this uses the DJI Go app for drones prior to the Phantom 4. It doesn't use the DJI app for drones after Phantom 4 for some reason. It is what it is. You may have to have 2 DJI Go apps on your device. That's the way it is. So let's, that just as that's loading, let's skip this. So just it automatically selected. Oh, there we go. It's already picked up. Normally you actually go through a connect. It'll ask you to connect your device. Once you connect your device, then you'll be able to go through to this screen. Let's exit out of that. Fairly straightforward screens, like pretty much any other DJI Go app. Top left hand corner, you've got the 2 camera options, being normal camera and video. Next to that, you've got your Bluetooth connectivity. Just make sure that's on. Then below that, you've got your options for your type of shot you want to take. Single shot, time, delay, 2 second, 5 second, 10 second. You got your panorama, 180 degree, 330 degree, pretty much takes it the full range, pans the full range of the gimbal. Only goes 330 degrees, doesn't go full 360. And obviously a larger panorama that takes 330, both top and a high, medium and low shot, so it's actually quite wide. Then you've got long exposure. I haven't quite used it yet, still going to play around with it. Let's go back to single. Then you've got the shutter button. That shutter button there, right there, is essentially the same as the record or photo button on your gimbal, which is the red button with the red circle. Then you've got below that is a switch between your front camera and rear-facing camera. So let's go. That one there switches between front-facing and rear-facing. Just watching the Winter Olympics. Let's go back to front-facing camera. You can also do that using the mode button. Press the mode button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. And it switches. 1, 2, 3 to switch. Oh, that's centering it. 1, 2, 3 to center it back. So just on the mode button, it has pretty much 3 modes. So we'll get that there. Essentially, if you press it once, it will lock the angle or the pitch of the gimbal as it is, so it will stay like that. If I want to recenter it, press it twice and it recenters back to where it was. And that's it, pretty much 3 functions for the mode button. 4 functions: turning it on and off, setting your pitch angle, recentering the gimbal, as well as changing it from front facing camera to back rear facing camera. Below that is the play option. That one that you can play back, so if you've taken any photos you can go through and see it in the library. Just to get back to the screen, just press that button. Top right hand corner, right up here, there, you've got your battery power, currently 93%. You've got your home button, which pretty much takes you back to the DJI screen. Just press camera, let's exit out of that. Below that then you've got your camera button, which is all your camera settings, so video resolution, beautify mode, don't know what it is. I'm going to have to try to see if it makes this any more beautiful. It's going to take a lot of work. White balance, very basic. The options that you need, only 4 options really, and that's it. Flash, you want to turn on your flash, auto, always on, whatever tickles your fancy really. If you have the right light, you don't need the flash. Then grid options, so you can set no grid, grid lines and diagonals if you really want a center point. If you just want a center point on it, so we'll just go back to grid lines. Then we have, that's it for those options. Then we have gimbal options. So the scene mode is the first one. You do walk and sport, pretty much similar to normal mode and sports mode on the DJI drones. Walk if you're just walking, sport mode if you're running. Pitch lock I haven't really looked into. Got to check it out. The pitch lock on the phone with the mode is the first click. It works for me, so I'm just going to leave that as it is at the moment. Then you've got your settings down below, which is basic, your camera, your tracking qualities, your tracking levels, your panorama qualities, and also where you want to store anything that's saved from this app. If you've got a Samsung phone, which I do, you can add a micro SD card, save it to that, so you can just take it in and out whenever you want and just download the footage. Gimbal options, settings, type of configuration in regards to the speed of the gimbal. I've just got a medium, just want it nice, decent, not too slow but not too fast. Do your calibration. Now general, there's 2 settings I changed here. When you get your gimbal, your joystick settings are reversed. Well, they're normal to them. I've reversed it, so when I push up, the camera will go up. When I push down, the camera will go down. I push left, the camera will go left. Right, camera will go right. That's if you have the pan reverse and tilt reverse turned on. You can turn it off and it will be factory settings. I find this easier for myself. Done. So that's pretty much it. The last thing really is this. This is your active track. So I've picked me. It's going to keep me in the center of the shot. It was pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If fairly straightforward. Hopefully in the next few days I can test it out and give you a proper review of how it actually works in the field. This is pretty much an unboxing, how it works with the app, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm looking forward to using it. Seems pretty sturdy. I can't complain too much about it really. It seems to keep a fair bit of stability. Especially when that lock mode, that when the active track on, it does really well to try and keep the subject center of frame, which is really what you want. So it looks to be a great little tool, and can't wait to use it. As always, guys, if you like what you see in this video, click below with a link to the DJI website if you're looking to buy one. Aside from that, if you want to leave a message, tell me your experiences with the Osmo Mobile 2, go ahead, please do. Happy to have the conversation about it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is there something better for you? Aside from that, enjoy, have fun, and get out there.